We are nearing the end of this wonderful night, and as such, I would ask that Rebecca Miner please come up to the stage to reflect upon this night with us and close us off. Rebecca currently serves on the Muslim Coalition's Executive Board as Secretary. She is a resident of West Hartford, Connecticut, and very appropriately to tonight's theme, works as a special education teacher in the Farmington Public School System. Rebecca Miner.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you all. I hope that you have enjoyed this evening's event. As Maria mentioned, I'm a special education teacher, so the theme of tonight's banquet is quite close to my heart. As I started preparing for these closing remarks, I remembered what I tell my students to do when they are about to do something that they may perceive as challenging. You can do it. Just break it into small, manageable steps. So I took my own advice and I created a simple task analysis that I thought I would share with you this evening. Step 1, walk onto the stage and don't trip. Believe it or not, high heels are not a regular part of my wardrobe. I work in two elementary schools. I need to be ready to run at a moment's notice, and I do. So step 1 is accomplished. We are off to a good start. Step 2, assess the audience and use my background knowledge. A good teacher knows who they are teaching, or in this case, knows who they are speaking to. I know that you've been sitting for close to 2 hours. Some of you may be feeling the need to stretch your legs. Others may be feeling the effects of our delicious dinner, and you may be getting a little sleepy. Others may be running through the list of the things that we still need to do before our work week begins tomorrow. So, I know that I need to do something that will help keep your attention. Step 3, engage and entertain. I really do believe that I have the best job in the world. I get to spend my days interacting with tons of little minds and personalities. These little beings also happen to be incredibly funny. Last weekend, as I was finishing my lesson plans and starting to think about tonight's remarks, I decided that perhaps I could share some of these gems with you. As you know, some children are very complimentary. For instance, a student I didn't recognize saw me walking down the hallway and said, "Miss Miner, I like your shoes." So I said, "Thank you, they're flats. They help me run really fast." Another student commented on my height. "Whoa, you're tall." Given that the majority of children that I work with are somewhere between my kneecap and my hip, I don't know if this is a compliment or them just stating the fact. But this is my favorite one. In the middle of what I thought was a really fun and engaging math lesson, my kindergartner opened her mouth really wide and she said, "My mouth is big, like you, like a dinosaur." Thanks. I wasn't kidding when I told you that I have the best job in the world. If I didn't love it so much, I'd spend the next 8 months of our school year writing down all of these clever sayings, compiling them into a book, publishing the book, and making my millions. But then again, I would miss out on having a week like last week, where I get to witness students subtracting 2- and 3-digit numbers with success for the very first time, watching one of my students take her first steps without holding onto her walker, her full-time nurse, or our physical therapist, helping a student how to practice how to waddle because he was a penguin for Halloween, celebrating with a reluctant writer who finally found his voice when I gave him an iPad and told him that he could record his story. And last but not least, watching my students succeed, learn from their mistakes, and grow in their confidence and their abilities. Step 4, express thanks to the speakers, awardees, and audience. I really would like to congratulate each of our awardees for your contributions and your hard work within the field of education. I'd like to thank our keynote speaker for your enlightening words, and I'd like to thank the audience for giving and spending your evening here with us. Last but not least, I need to thank our volunteers who contribute so much and have helped make this evening a success. Step 5, end on a positive note. I have a student named Olivia. If you know me well, you've most likely heard me tell stories about this amazing little girl. At the beginning of last year, Olivia was speaking in 1 to 2 word utterances. She's now initiating and maintaining conversations with her peers and with her teachers. On Tuesday, Olivia turned to me and said, "Miss Miner, are you a half mama?" My initial reaction was to jump up and down. She used the word half. That is content vocabulary. Common Core State Standards, math and focus vocabulary. The teachers in the room know what I'm talking about. It was progress. After my short celebration, I tried to decipher what she was asking. She wanted to know if I had children. I can tell her that I'm not a mama, but I want to tell her the truth. I do have children. I have 18 of them, ages 5 to 11. They're amazing, and they're beautiful, and they take up almost all of my free time after school and on the weekends. I fill my shopping carts with things that they need or items that I know that they would like. I bring in extra snacks to share, not wanting them to know what it feels like to be hungry. I love them like a mama. So in fact, Olivia's question is a great one. Maybe I am half a mama, half teacher, half mama. Thank you again for coming this evening.